In the following video series, I will cover what it takes to get started using UGK.
We quiz two people who've never met.
Now let's talk about a very important aspect of level creation inside UDK, scale and proportion. Now let's talk about a very important aspect of level creation inside UDK, scale and proportion.
Okay, let me see if you guys can hear me now. Let's just double check. Okay, drop that down. Okay, you guys can hear me now. Thank the Lord. Oh my world. I think because I plugged in my earphones, I don't think you guys heard me. So guys, this is I'm a mobile creator. I'm running a PC channel now. I tried to connect to this. Don't use the Prism mobile Gmail. Use the DHK one to talk to me and contact me. Yeah. So for some reason, this doesn't want to work because of that reason. So it's like, oh, you can log in, but your server's offline. I do not know why it does it and how it does it. So yeah, that's the one issue. So yeah, but just to say the least that yeah, so just to say that I'm going to be learning how to make my own game, as you guys can see here on screen, as you guys saw in the beginning, but I couldn't talk actually. So yeah, just need to test this. Yeah, that could work. Okay, let me open this and then let's teach, because I do have Unreal Engine up and working. It's just that I do not know why CryEngine does that. So okay, I'll be playing the video and
when we created our basic BSP room,
wow, that's
it was
loud.
hard to tell how big that actual room is. The one that I use, and it helps me out a lot, is to create a scale reference using BSP geometry of a simple cube. It has the height and the depth and the width of a regular character inside UDK. So how big is this cube compared to everything else? If we look down here on the bottom on our grid, it says 16. That means every grid unit is 16 units. The character height inside Unreal is 96. It says 16.
Where did you find that?
Means, so how big
looking at the grid system
is this cube compared to everything else? If we look down here on the bottom on our grid, it says 16.
Okay, let me open Unreal Engine 3 quickly so we can learn while we do with this, guys. So yeah, CryEngine, I'm going to cancel you out for now. Unity works, but I need to learn how to use these two apps, because if I open an app and I see options, then I'm just confused. So yeah, and by the way, guys, I set myself some few goals. I will be creating a PNG tuber for this PC and my mobile device. I'll be creating a VTuber for the mobile device when I stream, and for the PC. I'll be making my own game. I'll be making my own website and merch. Guys, it is for you guys. You will go like, You gotta be joking. This guy is literally going to do everything by himself. Why isn't anyone helping this damn fool creating and making his own dream? That's the problem when you okay, here's the thing. If you work with other people, sometimes their ideas can compare to yours, and then it's going to be a massacre, and it's going to be a big massive outbreak. So that's one of the reasons why I cannot work with other YouTubers. Okay, if it's a nice and good YouTuber, I will ask them to help me with the website and all. But if they are still trying to climb to their goal limits, like for example, getting to 2K subs, 3K, 10K, you name it, I'm trying to get to 1K. So yeah, so just to say that, how can I say this? So yeah, so by working in a group, your value will boost up. So let's say, for example, I'm making a game, so my value is going to come from this point up to somewhere
That
there.
means
So let's say for example, this square block right here. So that's your beginning value, and then when you have a group, it will just rise up. That's the thing. But if you like me and you're only one single person being one single creator, it will go up, drop down a little bit, go back up, drop down. It's like a triangle. It's like a pattern. So it will go up, go down, go up, go down. It's like it's going to just go like a wave of some sort. So yeah, that's why I choose to not work with others, because if you work with others, their ideas is going to compare to yours, and it's just going to make you angry and all. But if you have a good team, having those type of good skills, then your game, then your game, your merch, and your website will be on point. Like if you have a good developing team, then you will have a good success. Being a YouTuber, a gaming designer, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's why you guys. That's why for you guys who are on my second channel, or no, actually, for you guys who are on my main channel, that's why I'm struggling. Okay, for the people on my PC channel, don't worry, I'm still going to make content for you guys. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to sit here poorly thinking out ideas for my mobile content and doing some work on my PC, because I need to use these two apps to now actually I need to download some free apps on my mobile device to run my PNG tuber. So that's step 1. Step 2, VTuber on here, then VTuber on my phone. Then if I'm done with those two, I can just slide my mouse over and delete it. Then the game option is what we're going to be working now. And then, yeah, the website. Okay, the merch, I already know how am I going to be making my own merch and my own game. It's just that website, that's going to be confusing. But yeah, so I've got my notes. I got everything what I needed. Just need to teach myself how to do it, and then it would work. And by the way, guys, imagine a YouTuber being a mobile, PC, and mobile, PC, and console YouTuber, and making a game for both three of those type of stuff. For example, making your own game for your mobile, PC, and console type of gaming. And by the way, guys, just to say, the game that I will be making will literally blew out Warzone, Apex, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG New State, and PUBG. All the shooting games, all of the other games, it will just blew it out the window. because Warzone already have, I think, 25 million done. I think it is 25. Wait, let me double check. Imagine if I come here and I was like, yep, that is the amount. I'm just going to make myself so angry. Yep, 25. So, in other words, Warzone has in total 25 million pre-registered. That's like big. But imagine me making my own game and optimizing it so well that it can run on mobile, PC, and console on a PS3, PS4, PS5, PC, Windows, Linux, and Mac, and Android, Y, iOS, and iPhones. Like, imagine I can run that my own game on all of those devices. And imagine if I get double the pre-register as what Warzone is getting. I'll say poor for Apex Legends because they tried their best to get people. But Warzone took the win. I'll say Free Fire dead. Apex on the loose a little bit. And then Warzone, yeah boy, Warzone is kicking up a notch. I'll say Call of Duty is damn happy that they released Warzone because the people who's working on Call of Duty Mobile and the updates can get the rest and all. But people on Warzone, they are working fiercely. So yeah. So that's why, yeah, so that's the steps. By the way, guys, if you guys are wondering, when am I going to be making my own merch? I wish I could give you guys that answer. I do have the merch, like I do have the idea for the merch. It's just that the launch date, that will be somewhere about 2042, somewhere there. I'm not sure, but yeah. So if you guys see it on my PC, this is merch number 1. So guys, if you guys are wondering how is the merch going to look, it's more likely going to look like this, but I don't want to copy someone's idea. So I'll be making a circle in the middle with my logo, and then up. Okay, so how can I do this? Let me use a painter so I can show you guys a little bit better. Painting. Give it a second. Just a normal painting app will do the best. Why is my network this slow to compare to others? Painting FP of just paint. Not an ideal, but wait, paint app. Nope. Let me just, okay, fine. Let me just use, yeah, it lags a little bit because of, how much, RAM, USB, and disk I'm using. But did it cancel the live stream? No, okay, I'm still good, thank the Lord. Okay, let me just close everything. Let me let that run in the back. Where's my painting? Okay, I think this app is the best. Oh, this app will do for now. By the way, guys, the PC merch, that will be a long way before I do that. So for you guys who are wondering when is my merch coming out, if we can at least hit 1K subs on my YouTube channel, I'll be revealing the merch, okay? I'll be putting it on myself and showing you guys that I actually made the merch by myself. So yeah. So if we make new, I don't care. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I'm going to show it in pencil. How do I do this? Wait. Why is nothing showing? I'm confused. Nope, still not. Why is nothing showing? Why is it not showing up? I'm damn confused. I'm not doing this, no. Why doesn't it want to show? No. Let me just get a normal paint app. Jeez. Come on. I'm just complaining, am I? Yeah. Because look how much stuff I need to do in my poor PC. So yeah. So, painting, no. So it doesn't show. Okay, I'm just going to show with my mice. So, you see this here, guys? So, in other words, I'm just going to put out the outline of my border. So, my channel page will be in the middle. Then it will go like Wolf Gaming Mobile. And then it will be designed a little bit. So, if we like, let's say for example, let me just take out the picture. Let's say for example this. Okay, let me drag it. No, it's not gonna show. Fuck. Okay, so it's going to, okay guys, so imagine this. Take the t-shirt and then you draw it over and then you put this in the middle of the t-shirt and then you just color it, you're just making it a little bit pretty. By the way, I'm going to see if I can do that, but put on the Wolf Gaming Mobile name on top of it. This maybe I'm going, okay, just to say, I'll maybe steal someone's idea for that, but yeah, hopefully I don't go for jail because of that, because yeah, my content is literally based off this. So yeah. Okay, let's get on with this and let me stop talking.
Every grid unit is 16 units. The character height inside Unreal is 96 units. So 96 units equals to about roughly 6 feet. That means that if our grid is set to 16, it would take 6 of these grid units to make the height of the character inside Unreal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here, this would be the height of our character inside Unreal. So let's create a scale reference that we can use. Right click on the cube and set 32 by 32 and 96. So here's our template. This is the scale reference of our character. If we add this, this would be a pretty accurate representation of 6 feet of the character, and we could use the scale reference to reference the entire environment to and build, and we will pretty much be building everything to proportion. This is a very important step, that before building anything you should set a scale reference. So since we created this, let's just quickly add Control A, move the template builder brush, and now we have our scale reference that we now can create the entire rooms and environment to. So let's add a room, and let's put that scale reference.
Okay guys, so just to say this, that I've made, how can I say, mistake number 1 and mistake number 2. I didn't put the scale and I didn't do that, so yeah, that's why you use launch it. Yep. Okay, so you do the scale first and then you do the rest. You guys can hear that I am deadly tired. Like, I'm like hawing, not hawing, like I'm like just I feel so damn stupid and tired of just doing this. So yeah. By the way, guys, if you guys want to be featured into my next video or live stream, just say what game you guys want me to play or something like that, or join the game what I'm playing on or doing on right now, and join me on there. If so, good. If not, and you're struggling, I don't know. So yeah. Okay, so while Unreal Engine is opening in the back, I'm just going to continue this while doing some few stuff. So yeah.
Inside and see how big we can create the room and see how everything references to each other now. So let's create the same dimension room that we had before. Let's set it to 512, 512, and the height is 256. Now it's a lot easier to tell how big this room is and how big the character will be in that room. Control A. So now we have our simple room. Now we need to subtract from it so we can see inside. So let's subtract. Use 480 by 480 and 224. By pressing Control S or clicking on CSG subtract, we subtract our brush. Now we can move the template out, go inside, and we are inside the room. Now our scale model has disappeared, but if we go up on top, we have our scale model right in here. So let me talk about another very important function, is the brush order. The brush order inside Unreal creates brushes based on when you created them in a sequence. Since we created our scale model first and then we added another brush on top, that messed up our brush order. So in order for us to fix this, right click on the scale reference, go to order, and set it to last. It was set to first when we created the brush. Now we want to set it to last. And now all we need to do is we need to build geometry. And now we have our brush. Anytime you modify a brush, anytime you move a brush, anytime you scale anything that is a brush inside, we have to build geometry. So we just moved our scale reference right in here, but it doesn't update. That is because we need to build geometry. Head up on the top, build geometry. So anytime that you do not see a brush show up after you add it, first build geometry, and if that doesn't work, go into the wireframe mode, right click, and modify the order of that brush, and that should work. Let's talk about grid snaps. There are three options inside UDK to stay on the grid. We have drag grid, we have rotation grid, and we have scale grid. These three little check marks indicate that the grid snaps are enabled. The grid snaps are extremely important inside UDK. It aligns everything perfectly on the grid, like we see here. Turning them off usually leads to a lot of problems later on. So make sure these are on. For drag grid, we have options that we can change the grid to a larger number or a smaller number. You can set this to 32, set this to 8, and so on. Shortcut for changing the grid without going into the drop down menu is the bracket keys. So here I'm using the left bracket key and the right bracket key to decrease and increase the grid. And here you can see that this number will change from 16 to 8 to 4 and so on. For rotation grid, we have, let me move this up, we have degrees. And scale grid, we can set this to percentage. So staying on the grid is very important. When you work off the grid and you try to get back on it, it's extremely hard to align your static meshes afterwards. Let's talk about various viewport options that you have at your disposal. When we first launched the UDK, you are presented with 4 screens. You have your perspective viewport, your top viewport, and side and front. So let me open up a map that comes with UDK. Vehicle, capture the flag Necropolis. Each viewport has an option, maximize viewport. Click on that, it enlarges the viewport. If you prefer a different way to look at the viewports instead of the 4 viewports, we can go up to View, Viewport Configuration, and we can choose 2x2 split, 1x2 split, 1x1, horizontal and vertical. So if we choose that, here we have the horizontal split. At the very top, each viewport has specific options for that view. Let's talk about the various viewport view options. The first one is the brush wireframe. We can see everything in the wireframe mode. The next one is the wireframe. We have unlit mode, we have lit mode, then we have lighting only. We can see how everything looks with no textures. We have lighting complexity, texture density, shader complexity, wireframe. Viewport has specific options for that view. Instead of the 4 viewports, perspective viewport, your top viewport, and side and front. So let me open up a map that comes with UDK, Vehicle, Capture the Flag, Necropolis. Each viewport has an option, Maximize Viewport. Click on that, it enlarges the viewport. If you prefer a different way to look at the viewports, has specific options for that view. Let's talk about the various viewport view options. The first one is the brush wireframe. We can see everything in the wireframe mode. The next one is the
Hello, my name is Trevor. Welcome to my basics of using terrain in the UDK. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Tools, New Terrain. This is the Terrain Wizard. You can set the location and the patches. Patches are the resolution and the number of subdivisions. So we're going to go ahead and set ours to 16 by 16. Next, finish. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the Terrain Editor. So go into the Terrain Editor. Toggle wireframe. As you can see, our terrain's fairly low res, so we're going to go ahead and tessellation increase, and I'm going to go ahead and do it twice. Alright, now as you can see, our terrain's fairly, well, it's a higher resolution. Alright, editing the height map in Unreal is quite simple. Make sure you have the paint tool selected. Select any brush size you want. Hold Control and hit mouse 1, and as you can see, you can raise the terrain. You can hit mouse 2 and lower the terrain.
So guys, because I was muted, I see now my big mistake. So what I didn't do, you guys are literally going to scream at me for this one, but I did not see, what's the name? The terrain option. So, let's go to my, okay, so that was the video suspected. Let's go to my suspected. So, so when we start, you need to go to your grid. Oh, that's how. I mustn't be like that, because. Oops. I mustn't be like that, because then you guys are being like, what on earth are you screaming at, Wolf Gaming PC? My headset fouled off a little bit. There we go, it's back on. If you guys do not see the fault, then you guys are currently blind. So, okay, so guys, just to say this, that I'm not good in that. Because I didn't because I really want to make a game, but I didn't know how to use the grid formation or anything like that. So, in other words, I'm a big dum-dum. And I need to play no copyright music. Kind of. So I need to do that, don't I? Yep. Okay, let me quickly do this. So while I'm doing this, let me go here, make sure it's still doing the live stream thing, and it didn't stop for no goddamn reason. And did it stop? It did. And I need to why did it stop? Oh no, it didn't. Huh? I'm confused. So it didn't stop. Okay, so it's just a sometimes you get very, very stupidly bad lag. Yeah. Oh my world, I actually do sometimes hate lag. For no goddamn reasons. Okay, let me go back to YouTube. And then let me do some music. Oh, that's a beauty. Okay, hope this doesn't. Actually, I'm too scared. I'm actually too scared to do that because my thing got copyrighted, but I'm too scared. Okay, so you got that. You got this. Okay, so that's that. Whoa. That's a lot. Oh, we want the grid. Where's the grid? Oh, there's the grid. To drag grid on that off. Off. Oh, 32 by 32. Wait, how did he use the grid? Okay, let's see if it does the thing what I wanted to do. Okay, so let me see. So wait, how? I'm actually confused. What?
There's also the flatten tool, which flattens. Make sure you have the paint tool selected. 16 by 16. Next, finish. Okay. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Tools, New Terrain. This is the Terrain Wizard. You can set the location and the patches. Patches are the resolution. Hello, my name is Trevor. Welcome to my basics of using terrain in the UDK. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Tools, New Terrain. This is the Terrain Wizard. You can set the location and the patches. Patches are the resolution and the number of subdivisions. So we're going to go ahead and set ours to 16 by 16. Next, finish. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Terrain Editor. So go into the Terrain Editor. Toggle wireframe. As you can see,
wait, did he use the grid?
Hello, my name is Trevor. Welcome to my basics of using terrain in the UDK. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Tools, New Terrain.
Okay, Tools, New Terrain.
This is the Terrain Wizard. You can set the location and the patches. Patches are the resolution and the number of subdivisions. So we're going to go ahead and set ours to 16 by 16. Next, finish. Alright, next thing we're going to do is
16 by 16, that's not even that big. Mine I'm going to set, mine is going to be quite big. Let me remove the cut option. Okay, so it's tools. Wait, new terrain. Ooh, no, we're not doing 16, we're going to do 64 by 64 maybe. Next, finished. And it lags. Woo! I would say 64 by 64 is big, boy. Nothing that didn't even change. What the hell? Nothing. Oh, it's still big. Oh, I can barely move. I think it's because of the thickness. Yeah, 16, it's too thick. I need to play around more with this. So it's 46. 46 for sure. 16 stays. Next finished. Let's see, it changed in half. It changed the half.
terrain editor. So go into the terrain editor.
Terrain, okay.
Toggle wireframe. As you can see, our terrain's fairly low res. So we're going to go ahead and tessellation increase.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and do it twice. Alright, now as you can see, our terrain's fairly, well, it's a higher resolution. Alright, editing the height map in Unreal is quite simple. Make sure you have the paint tool selected. Select any brush size you want. Hold Control. And
so wait, I'm trying to learn the basics little for little so I can then practice that type of thing. Because remember guys, my channel is just based on, literally just based on creating a game or something like that. I'm not so good as an indie game developer, but I try guys, I fucking try, okay? So what did he, yeah, I think that's the same grid.
these are the resolution and the number of subdivisions. So we're going to go ahead and set ours to 16 by 16. Next, finish. Alright, next thing we're going to do is going to open up the terrain editor. So go into the terrain editor. Toggle wireframe. As you can see, our terrain's fairly low res. So we're going to go ahead and tessellation increase. And I'm going to go ahead and do it twice. Alright, now as you can see, our terrain's fairly, well, it's a higher resolution. Alright, editing the height map in Unreal is quite simple. Make sure you have the paint tool selected. Select any brush size you want. Hold Control and hit mouse 1. And as you can see, you can raise the terrain. You can hit mouse 2 and lower the terrain.
But how do you get that? That's my question.
Terrain's fair. Alright. You can set the location. Hello, my name is Trevor. Welcome to my basics of using terrain in the UDK. Alright,
I just need to know a way to get that.
This is the terrain.
In the following video series, I will cover what it takes to get started using UDK. I will click and the folder is. Now, there are a few ways we on the bottom you have a little check and means the first thing, let's talk about the autosave function. By default, when you launch the UDK, we have the autosave function turned on. we can disable it or we can enable it depending on how you like to work. So by default it's on, and here on the bottom you have a little check, and means autosaving is enabled. If we check this icon right next to it, it'll disable it, and then we can enable it. There's also a couple of options. Let me move this window a little bit so you can see. If we click, and we have various options that we can save. We can have package type to autosave. Here it says autosave maps, and you can autosave content packages, as well as you can set an interval how often it will save your map. Personally, I like to turn this off. I like to manually save, and to manually save, just go to File and you click on Save As, and you save your map, and then you just save all or save. Now this is just a personal preference. I like to manually save, but you can enable your autosave and set the interval timed and what you like to automatically save. Next thing we want to cover is the content browser. Head up here at the top toolbar, and there's a little icon that says Open the Content Browser. Click on that, and here we have the content browser. We'll be spending a lot of time looking through various assets that's inside UDK. They include materials, they include textures, particle effects, sounds, static meshes. So here on the very left we have packages. Think of packages as folders. Inside here on UDK game content, so in here we have various packages or folders that have specific assets inside them. So we have pickups, we have sounds, we have test packages under environments. That's where we have most of our materials and static meshes. So by double clicking on that, it expands even further, and here we have various packages of walls, decorations, floors, etc. So by clicking on each one, in the preview window we get to see what's inside, and they include textures, they include materials, they include static meshes. So by clicking, we can just cycle through and see what's inside those packages. Now there's an easy way to look at what's inside by going up to the object type here, and we can filter by type. So if I'm looking through walls packages here, I can filter by a specific asset. So if I click on the materials, I will only see materials. If I click on the textures, I will only see textures. The difference between textures and materials are textures is what makes up a material. Texture is just a single image, such as a color, a normal map. There's also a specular map, and using multiple textures combined together, they make up a material. Let's take a look at one of these materials and how many different textures that one material is made up of. So let's double click on this material and open up the Unreal Material Editor, and here we have different nodes set up that make up that material. So a material is a complex structure of different textures, different expressions that make up that material. So in here we can see we have a texture sample here, we have another texture sample here, another texture sample. There's multiple ones. Here we have a normal map, and everything is being connected together to make up that
Wait,
material.
no ways, dude. They actually have the what's the name? The thing for Unity. Dude, how do you access that? Guys, sorry about this. I wasn't paying attention. I was just doing some work on my phone quick.
How many
So
different
yeah,
textures
so
that one
if I
material
don't
is made
pay
up of.
attention, then you
So
got
let's
like.
double click on this material and open up the.
So if you guys hear me in the back, silent and all, I'm just like trying to concentrate on what I'm doing right now. So if some of you guys are wondering like, why are you so silent in the background or something like that? Sorry, sometimes I don't even listen to what the guys said, and then I just listen to music in my head, and then I'll just be in another dimension. I think it's how it sometimes works with me. So yeah, so that's how it always works.
The Unreal Material Editor, and here we have different nodes set up that make up that material. So a material is a complex structure of different textures, different expressions that make up that material. So in here we can see we have a texture sample here, We have another texture sample here, another texture sample. There's multiple ones. Here we have normal map, and everything is being connected together to make up. And all the textures have a red outline. That means we can't use that texture inside the editor. It has to be combined and make up the material. And if we double click on the static mesh, a window opens up for that static mesh. We can take a closer look at what very important aspect of level creation inside UDK, scale and proportion. When we created our basic BSP room, a lot of problems later on. So make sure these are on. For drag grid, we have options that we can change the grid to a larger number or a smaller number. You can set this to 32, set this to 8, and so on.
So that's,
Shortcut
that's on, that's on.
Changing the grid without going into the drop down menu is the bracket keys. So here I'm using the left bracket key and the right bracket key to decrease and increase the grid. And here you can see that this number will change from 16 to 8 to 4 and so on. For rotation grid, we have, let me move this up, we have degrees. And scale grid, we can set this to percentage.
Not what I was
so
looking
staying
for,
on the grid is very important. When you work off the grid and you try to get back on it, it's extremely hard to align your static meshes afterwards. Let's talk about various viewport options that you have at your disposal. When we first launched the UDK, you are presented with 4 screens. You have your perspective viewport, your top viewport, and side and front. So let me open up a map that comes with UDK. Vehicle, capture the flag Necropolis.
We'll pass.
Each viewport has an option. Maximize viewport. Click on that, it enlarges the viewport. If you prefer a different way to look at the viewports instead of the 4 viewports, we can go up to View, Viewport Configuration, and we can choose 2x2 split, 1x2 split, 1x1, horizontal and vertical. So if we choose that, here we have the horizontal split. At the very top, each viewport has specific options for that view.
I think I enabled something when
Let's talk about the various viewport view options. The first one is the brush wireframe. We can see everything in the wireframe mode. The next one is the wireframe. We have unlit mode, we have lit mode, and we have lighting only. We can see how everything looks with no textures. We have at the very top, each viewport has specific options for that view. Let's talk about the various viewport view options. The first one is the brush wireframe. We can see everything in the wireframe mode. The next one is the wireframe. We have unlit mode, we have lit mode, and we have lighting only. We can see how everything looks with no textures. We have lighting complexity, texture density, shader complexity, light map density, and lighting only with texel density. So each one of these have a specific function for a specific purpose throughout the process of your level design. Another option that we have at our disposal is real time. So let me go back to lit mode. And so here you can test and see particle effects at work, and if we turn that off, everything stops. There's also another very useful key, which is the game mode. And the game mode turns everything off that's not supposed to be viewable inside the game, such as all the entities, all the nodes, all the brushes. It turns everything off and presents the viewport exactly as it would look in game. So using the game mode and the real time together, you can get a very accurate representation of what your level would look like in game. Another option is the camera movement speed inside the viewport. It allows you to quickly go in your large environment from place to place, and if you need more fine-tuned detail, just switch your camera movement speed. Left click to cycle through, or right click and choose which one you need. Another option we have is play in viewport. If I click this button, and we can jump inside the
Oh,
viewport and
that's
actually
so
play our game
cool.
inside the viewport. And if we hit escape, we jump back out. So this allows us to quickly jump in the game and test everything out, see how everything looks. So for various steps throughout the production, you'll be using quite a few of these viewport view options, as well as show, hiding, and unhiding various of these items depending on what you're working on at the time. With that, this concludes the UDK basic section. This should give you the basic understanding of how the UDK functions and what you need to know in order for you to jump in there and start feeling comfortable using the interface, the content browser, brushes, and all the things that we covered so far.
Okay, there we go, guys. So, yeah,
Chasing that A and want to save time on proofreading? Grammarly makes editing one click simpler.
Don't even say it. Seriously, that will just piss me off. Okay, let me just test this a little bit out, guys, because I haven't played this. Like, I do not want that. I'd want it to go black. How do I volume? There we are. There's it. That's what I was looking for that whole time. Okay, now we can do now I can face like copy this guy's like tutorial function. So he went 60-60. I'm good, finished. So making the grid. Give it a few few ouchie actually no, wait, didn't he? Oh yeah, he did that first. What's this? Okay, that is a whole nother command. I do not understand that so well. Okay, so brush, find the content browser, go to that snap point. So there's a snap point, select, cut, copy, yeah, all this nonsense, and levels. Here's the thing, I don't know basically anything. 16 grid. Now I don't want to go 16 grid option. I want to go 32 maybe. Yeah, 32. So no snap. How the hell? How do I press? Oof. So I've got this lined up, but how did he do the grid system?
Hello, my name's Trevor. Welcome
Yeah,
to my
how did he
basics
do
of
this?
using terrain in the UDK. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Tools, New
I've
Terrain.
got a lot to learn, don't
This
I?
is the Terrain Wizard. You can set the location and the patches. Patches are the resolution and the number of subdivisions. So we're going to go ahead and set ours to 16 by 16. Next, finish. Alright.
And then you've got it. Okay, good. So go to the tool, create map area, new terrain, 16 by 16 as this. Next, finish, and then it should work. Why is it not? Why is it not working? I'm confused. I'm actually now confused. Okay, save data, yep. Why is nothing working? 46? Wait, 46 grid. 16. Nothing is absolutely changing. Nothing. How did he change the grid? Like, how? I'm just sitting here with such much confusion. So the tool option, new terrain. 32 by 32. Why is it? Don't tell me that is it. Yeesh, it's difficult moving around. What the hell is this? Oh my word, I just found a new menu. How the hell do I remove this? Cut it. Cut that out. How the hell do I do this? This is like, my brain is just going confusion mode. Cube. My brain is absolutely going in confusion mode.
Do is going to open up Terrain Editor. So go into Terrain
How?
Editor. Toggle wireframe. As you can see, our terrain's fairly low res. So we're going to go ahead and
How did you make the terrain? I'm confused.
And I'm going to go ahead and do it twice.
How did you? I'm absolutely confused.
Set the location and the patches. Patches are the resolution and another subdivision.
And how did you make the grid?
16 by 16. Next, finish. All right. Next thing we're going to do is going to open up Terrain Editor.
How?
So go into the Terrain Editor. Toggle wireframe. As you can see.
You guys are literally screaming at me saying, let me just read the chat. If everyone is still watching me. Okay, so fly for an hour at least. That's okay. But I'm still confused. How on earth do I do this? Oh yes, it's done. Location, world option. Path. Yeah, path doesn't. Dude, it doesn't work. Terrain, I cannot do that yet. Unfortunately. Let me see the grid. It's still the same. Everything is still the same. What the hell? I'm just confused. You guys have been like, you are one of the stupidest person ever. A block volume. Keep on. Yeah. Okay, guys, you guys can watch the video. If you see me doing a few mistakes, I'll even watch this video.
Fairly low res.
I'll even watch this video by myself, trying to understand clearly, like, how to use the damn freaking stupid app. So then I can see how many mistakes I've like did. You got if some of you guys are watching me and say, "Oh my god, this guy's such an idiot." He is such an idiot. Why didn't he or couldn't he see that like mistake? Like that is such an easy mistake to see. If you guys are gonna scream at me, do it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just confused. Like my head is just spinning. Yeah, well, you guys can watch.
So we're going to go ahead and tessellation increase. And I'm going to go ahead and do it twice. Alright, now as you can see our terrain's fairly, well, it's a higher resolution. Alright, editing the height map in Unreal is quite simple. Make sure you have the paint tool selected. Select any brush size you want. Hold Control and hit mouse 1. And as you can see, you can raise the terrain. You can hit mouse 2 and lower the terrain. There's also the flatten tool, which flattens the terrain on whatever height when you first start flattening. There is the smooth tool, which smoothens out the terrain. There's the average tool, which is useful for creating ramps.
Ooh, that is beautiful.
There's also the noise tool, which...
Wait, let me try. Okay. I know that I really want to copy this guy, but I think the way I did it kind of worked. No, it wasn't there, was it? Nope. Like, how did I do that? I think it was, no, it wasn't that. Nope, not that. Whoa, yep. Okay, so we are back at this stupid normal block. Okay, first let me zoom out. Tools, not tools, new terrain, 16 by 16, yep. Still doesn't show. Weird. Okay, now I do not even understand how I did that. Hmm. 32 by... That's 16 by 16 by 16. Whoa. Oh, what? Maybe keep that in mind. Where is that mode? I swear I had it. Okay, I'm losing my mind. I'm actually freakingly losing my mind. Let me see. How did I do that? Yeah, how did I do this? Let me see. So I went. Give me a second, guys. Okay, guys. So I do you know how I did that? I think it was from this. No. Yeah. I pressed this button, and then this. Maybe this one, and press something with these. I'm not too sure, but I am just confused. I'm going to be watching this guy's episodes, like series, just to keep up with progress. So next time when you see me, guys, I'll be quite
Alright.
far. So yeah.
Next thing we probably want to do is we probably want to get rid of editor.
So as you guys can see, he's putting textures and you name it. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to learn how to create one, but
control.
Unfortunately, me and my big brain doesn't work, and I'm tired also. So yeah, so if you guys enjoyed my live stream and you guys want to see more, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Nope, don't save. I'm still trying to learn. So yeah, so if you guys like my content, please leave a like and subscribe. And I hope I will see you guys in the next one. Let me just close this. So yeah, I hope I see you guys next time. Come on. Stupid effing lag.